This concept, we are going to now learn what happens when objects are near the surface of the earth. You know that there's going to be a gravitational force mg, and if you are on a surface, for example on a table or on the floor, this block is going to press the floor, so that means you're also going to look at normal forces. As long as we were dealing with things in space, we could have just ignored gravity, but you can't do that when you're at the surface of the earth. Okay, so now let us take two such examples. Many times gravitational force and normal forces won't be marked on the diagram. Only applied forces will be marked on the diagram. So let us look at this case. So here I have a 4 kg block with two forces acting on it, right? Now if I take this object, I want to find its acceleration. The very first thing that I must do is I must mark on it gravitational force of 40 newtons. It was not given. This is what I am adding. This will never be given. This is something you can calculate because m into g. G is 10. We are assuming g is 10. Now if you look at the acceleration without this, you would have said it is going up. But it will turn out it's going to go down. Acceleration is going to be downwards. Okay, not the motion. The acceleration is going to be downwards. Let us look at the net force. So the acceleration is net force by mass. This is the vector there. So that means we must look at vector addition. What is this? Minus 40 j cap. This is actually minus 40 j cap. Okay. Now let us look at the I cap. 6 I cap minus 3 I cap. So what is it? 3 I cap. Okay. Now you have a 12 j cap, 18 j cap. What is 12 plus 18? 30. So that is a 30 j cap minus 40 j cap. 30 minus 40 minus 10. So you have a minus 10 j cap divided by 4. So much. Well, this was in newtons, this is in kilograms, so many meters per second square. So if I try to write this in decimal terms, 3 by 4 is going to be 0.75 I cap minus 10 by 4, well that is 5 by 2, 2.5 j cap meters per second square. You know how to find, this is the acceleration vector, so you know how to find the magnitude. It will be root of 0.75 square plus 2.5 square. Minus or plus won't matter, anyway it's a square. Okay, so keep in mind that if you are near the surface of the earth, and in most problems you are near the surface of the earth, therefore this force has to be added. Okay, now here I am going to look at another question. So if you take this question, there is a floor, smooth floor. For now we will only deal with smooth floor, no friction. Okay, and I am basically pulling this with a rope. And I am pulling it with a force of 20 newtons at an angle of 37 degrees. Now you just look at this problem, you will say, okay, this much must be the component. That's not enough, not enough. Why not enough? See, this block has one force like that. How much is that force? 20 cos 37. Cos 37, remember sin 37, 3 by 5. Cos 37, 4 by 5. So 20 cos 37, which is 4 by 5. And this component is 20 sin 37, which is 3 by 5. I can calculate this. This is 4. 4 into 4, 16. And then this 4 into 3, 12. So 16 I cap, 12 j cap. Instead of writing 20, I will write this as 16 I cap plus 12 j cap. Right? But that is not the only force. There are other forces. What are the other forces? This is a 2 kg block. First of all, there is going to be a gravitational force. How much gravitational force? 2 into 10, 20 newtons. Now here is the place where many people make mistakes. So usually they'll put normal force as 20. Is normal force 20? No. In this case, normal force is n. You have to find. That's why the question says find normal force. Okay. Now let us see. Think about this. When you pull it like this fellow, is it going to go fly up or is it going to move like this? What do you think? You have a big box, very heavy box, and you pull like that. Will it come with you horizontally or will it fly up with you? What do you think? It is going to come with you, right? So you know that this acceleration is 0. it is going to move only like that. How do I know? Think, this is 20, 12 j cap, 20 downwards, 12 upward. Well, if it was going to do anything, it has to go inside. But what about the floor? Will it allow it to go inside? No, right? You can't go inside the floor. So that means N is going to stop you. Now let us see, horizontal force is only 16. But vertical, what is the acceleration vertically? 0, which means net force is 0. Mass into acceleration, 2 times 0. Mass into acceleration is 0. Now let us write the net force. N minus 20. Why minus 20? This is up, this is down. And what about this? Up or down? 12, 12. What about this? 12 j cap. It is upwards, right? So plus 12. So what about this? N minus 8 is 0. So what is N? 8 newtons. So this must be 8 newtons. Check. 20, this is 12 up, 12 plus 8, 20, downwards 20. This block is not going up or down. What is the net force? This force, this force, this force cancel. So what is the remaining? 16 I cap. 16 I cap means this direction. So therefore acceleration is net force by mass. Net force now is only 16. How do I know? This plus this plus this plus this is only 16. You see 12 j cap, 8 j cap. How much is 12 j cap plus 8 j cap? 20 j cap minus 20 j cap, 0 j cap. That is what we selected. We made it 0 j cap. Okay. So therefore it is 16. That is the only thing that is remaining, divided by 2. And so therefore acceleration is 8 meters per second square in the I cap direction. So I hope that is clear. So now the key point is the acceleration is only in this direction. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can do this little bit better without using I and J, but basically we will redraw the forces pointing horizontal and vertical direction. Okay, so let us start by doing that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this question, the exact same thing, but I will show you a little better way of doing it, which is the more normal way of doing this problem. Remember that this is actually on the floor. Okay, so I will draw it with the floor and I will also draw the free body diagram below. This is a 2 kg block. This is a 2 kg block. Okay, this is just to understand. After that we can do it a little better. Now this force, remember it was 16 I cap plus 12 j cap, right? That's what we found. The 20 newtons is actually 16 newtons like this and 12 newtons like that. Instead of drawing it like this and writing it like that, we could have written it as 16 newtons and 12 newtons. Finished. It is already 16 I cap plus 12 j cap. Instead of writing it as 16 I cap plus 12 j cap, write 16 like this, write 12 like this. We say I have resolved this force into 2 pieces. By the way, this is how mostly people do in books also, okay? So we have to be something that we should know. Now this force is 20 newtons. What is this force? Weight. And then there is a normal force. Now let us draw it on the floor. Okay, so that means there is a 12, there is a 20, and there is a 16, and there is an N. Now, is this 16 going to make you go up or down? Is this going to affect vertical motion? No, this is a horizontal force, so I will not worry about this for now. Who is going to affect the vertical force, vertical motion? 12, 20, N. Suppose N was not there, 12, 20, 12, 20. What is the sum of these two? If you add 12 and 20, what will you get? You will get 8 downwards. Suppose this was going to move, suppose there was no N, it wants to move down. You think that it will be able to move down? Do you think the floor is going to allow it to move down? No, right? If it wants to move up, suppose that was 20 and this was 12, it will move up, no problem. Floor doesn't do anything. If this chalk piece says I want to go up, I won't do anything. But if this chalk piece says I want to go down, my hand is going to block it, because it's otherwise going to make a hole in my hand, right? So this fellow wants to go down. Why 20, 12 go down? But that is why you have normal force. What is the job of the normal force? What does normal force want to do? It will try to stop you from going in. You want to go down. How much force do you want to go down with? 8 newtons. Normal force, no, not allowed. I am going to stop you. How? By exerting 8 newtons. Now look at these three. If this was 8 newtons, 20 down, 12 up, 8 up, 8 and 12, 20, 20, 20, 0. So it's not going to go down. But if normal force became not 8, but it was only 5, then it will go down, which means it will make a hole. The whole purpose of normal force is to stop. You push the floor a lot more, the floor will push you a lot more. If normal force became 10 newtons, this will go up. But no floor is going to push you. Like if I keep it here, my hand is exerting just the right amount of force to keep it here. It is not going to exert so much that it will make this fellow fly up. So this force is not so large that it will make it go up, but it will be just right to make this fellow not go inside. Now understanding normal force is a little bit tricky. What is the job of normal force? It is to make sure what? That one object does not go through the surface. This object should not go through this surface. Okay? If I take the ball and throw it on the wall, or throw it in here, the ball goes here. This exerts a force to say, don't go through me, go back. But when the ball is coming back, this fellow says, okay, you go. It doesn't really care about pulling it. So if this fellow was trying to go up, it won't try and pull. We will see that in the next question. But keep in mind that because it's trying to go down, this fellow is going to push and block. Therefore, this and this has basically cancelled out. What is the net force? 16 newtons. So 16 by 2, acceleration is 8 meters per second square in this direction, which is what we got there. I hope that is clear, right? So this way we will also use this a lot. So we will say that this force of 20 newtons, we have resolved it like this and like that. So cancel. That force 20 has now become 16 and 12. Instead of writing it in I and j, we will write it like this. This means 16 I cap, that means 12 j cap. Okay, I hope that is clear. So in this question, this force was not enough. It was not large enough vertically to lift the block up. What about in the next question? So here is the question where it is almost the same as the previous question, right? So if you see this question, the only difference is that this has become 40 newtons and we want to find the acceleration in n. But if it is 40 newtons, 40 cos 37. So first job resolved, 40 cos 37. Cos 37 is how much? Sin 37 3 by 5, cos 37 4 by 5. So 40 into 4 by 5. So this is going to give me 8 into 4, 32 newtons. And then this component is 40 into 3 by 5. So that is 8 into 3, 24. Let me draw the free body diagram. So I will draw it here. And instead of drawing the vector, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by writing this part. So that is 32 newtons. You can call it, if you want, 32 I cap. But you see, after some time, it gets boring to start using I cap. You know it is 32 I cap, so we'll just write 32. In your mind, what should you say? 32 I cap. Okay. And then what about that component? 24. So instead of writing it as 32 I cap plus 24 j cap, I will just put this 24 this way. You know this is 24 j cap. But it is a 2 kg block. So that means it's going to have a force of 20 newtons downwards. And then there might be a normal force N. Now let us think about, suppose this 32 is not going to affect the vertical, no? So we can ignore the 32 for now. Let us not have normal force. Look at this. What do you think is going to happen? It is going to go up. You think this fellow will also make it go up more? Is there a normal force? If the block wants to go up, will this floor say, okay, go up more. So will it push? No, right? It won't push. Will it say, I will pull you back, come back? Is the floor, suppose I take my hand and I lift this chalk piece, right? Is my hand going to say, come back? Am I going to grab? No, right? If I push the chalk piece, my hand is going to push back. But if I am going to pull the chalk piece up, my hand will say, go up. So how much is the normal force? 0. There is no normal force. Well, there is, we call it 0. What is the net vertical force? 4 newtons. 24 newtons up. That's it. That 4 will remain 4. Do you understand that the floor is not trying to make you go faster? It is not going to make you go slower. It won't pull you. If you run away, it will say go, run away. If on the other hand, if this was 20 and that was 16, it will try to go down. The floor will say no and push it up. Is that idea clear? Think about what the floor does. So if I had a duster like this, right? So then, if I push this duster down, there is a normal force stopping it. But if I pull this duster up, my hand is not pulling it down. So normal force can only be a pushing force. Okay? So keep that always in mind. So this force is 0. So find N. N is 0 newtons. Not minus 4 newtons, 0 newtons. Is this acceleration 0? Is the upward acceleration 0? No, because there is 24 minus 20. This is not 0. So I will call this B and I will call this A. Now I can write A is equal to 32 by 2. Net force in this direction by 2. So this is 16 meters per second square. B, which is the acceleration upward, is net force in the vertical direction, which is how much? 24 j cap minus 20 j cap. So it is 4 j cap divided by 2. Net force upward by mass. So 2 meters per second square. So the acceleration vector, now this is not equal to this acceleration. So I should be a bit more careful. I'll call it AX. Usually people call this AY. So this is AX, X direction. This is AY. So I'll just call it AY instead of calling it B. Okay. So what is the acceleration? 16 I cap plus 2 j cap meters per second square. By the way, at this point we could have directly written acceleration vector is net force vector by mass. Net force vector is 32 I cap plus 24 minus 20, 4 j cap by 2. And therefore I have got 16 I cap plus 2 j cap meters per second square. Now this is using INJ. This is saying, no, forget INJ, do only I separately, I cap direction, do j cap direction separately. 2 separate pieces. This will not affect that, that will not affect this. You can do it separately. So is the idea clear? So you take it, resolve, then you have to decide whether there is a normal force or not. Now many problems will involve this little bit of complexity. You have to think a little bit, then make a decision. Many problems you know that is going to move like this. If this force was less, vertical force won't be 24, it will be less than 20. If it is less than 20, is there a normal force or not? Suppose this was not 24 but it was less than 20, 18, 17. Suppose this was 18. What is the normal force? 2. Suppose this was 17, normal force 3. Suppose this was 10, normal force 10. Suppose this is 21, normal force is not minus 1, not minus 1. The moment this becomes 21, it's going to fly up. Normal force has become 0. So I hope keep that in mind. Okay, it's very tricky and very important. Once you understand it, you will see that it becomes quite straightforward. So it takes a little time to understand. So I hope you know how to solve these kinds of problems. You should be then able to apply this even if I had another block connected this way. So when I'm pulling, well, in this case, of course, it's going to fly up, it becomes difficult. But instead of 40, suppose this was 20, this is going to go this way, right? You know how to do this kind of problem when it is moving. So we will learn that when we are doing a few practice questions, okay? So, but the basic idea that you should resolve this force is hopefully clear. Sometimes you may have more than one force. Instead of this one force, you may have 40 angle at this angle. You may have 30 newtons at an angle of, let us say, 30 degrees like this. So you will resolve this, you resolve that, then all horizontal forces you add up, all vertical forces you add up. Now, we have been using this idea that everything can be written in terms of horizontal and vertical. Okay, that was because we were mostly dealing with nice questions. Now what happens if you are on an inclined plane? You can do this by doing horizontal and vertical, but there is also another way to do this kind of a question, and that's what we are going to learn in the next concept.